Hi everybody, how are y'all? Welcome to my live. Kind of a mess. I rushed in here very last second and then I had to figure out the whole Facebook button thing again because they changed it since last week and I can't just hit the live button, but I figured it out. I wrote myself some notes last night so I wouldn't forget, and here we are. So welcome and thank you for joining me. Still hot in Texas, not really fall, but we're going to do some fall stuff tonight and pretend like it's fall here in Texas. It was like 95 on my way home from work today in my car, but I think we're getting some cooler weather by the weekend, so I'm excited about that. I hope you guys all have beautiful fall weather where you are. Are the leaves starting to change anywhere? Our leaves don't change till December, so I would love to see some fall leaves. I'm going to be going to Chicago at the end of October. But I don't know, are all the fall leaves off the trees by the end of October? Maybe not. Maybe I'll get to see some pretty fall leaves this year. Anyway, that's what we're going to do tonight is some fall cards using pumpkins, using the pick of the patch. So that's super fun. I'm excited to do that. Hi, everybody. Thank you for joining. Okay, you guys, before we get started, first of all, let me introduce myself. If this is your first time watching, my name is Laura Roderick. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and I live in San Antonio, Texas. I want to talk to you guys first. There's a lot of stuff going on with Stampin' Up! As you know, a lot of stuff happens on Tuesdays before I go live. So I find out about it in the morning and it's like, oh my gosh. But anyway, one of the things that we had a little bit more heads up on is Stampin' Up! Is celebrating their 35th anniversary this year. And to celebrate, they're offering a new starter kit special. And so it's either 35% off the cost of your starter kit or 35% more of your starter kit. So that's a great deal. If y'all have ever thought about joining Stampin' Up, it's a great thing. A lot of people that join are just hobby demonstrators. When I first joined, I joined 100% just for the discount. You get 20% off your future orders as long as you remain a demonstrator. And I was all about that because I'm kind of a bargain shopper even at the stores. You know, I like to get a discount, and I wasn't thrilled about paying for shipping and tax. Of course, you have to pay that, right? But this kind of offsets it to get your 20% off. So I was super excited. I signed up for Stampin' Up! With my second order just to get the discount. So if you're interested, and you can do anything you want, you can be a demonstrator to sell things, or you can just be a hobby demonstrator and just get your things at a discount. So let me just explain quickly the 35% off. So the 35% off the cost of your starter kit means you get $125 worth of product for only $64.35. Or option 2, you get 35% more. So you spend $99 and you get $168.75 worth of product. Holy cow. There's a couple other bonus things. You would also get a free registration to the online on-stage event that's in November. That's a $77 value. I paid $77 to sign up for it. Well worth it. I'm excited about this happening in November, but that's included if you join. All right, any details you want, email me or call me. I'll be happy to talk to you about it. But I wanted to make sure I got that out to you guys because that is a really fabulous deal. Let's talk about the share contest that we do every week. This week, I was giving away the set of 3 blending brushes. We're actually going to use blending brushes in our project tonight, one of them. So these are awesome. A lot of shares last week, so thank you to everybody who shared. And the winner is Jolene Kent. So Jolene, congratulations. I will put these in the mail to you. I hope you enjoy those. You guys, this week what I'm going to give away is I'm going to have 2 things again. I have a pack of the glow-in-the-dark specialty paper, which is awesome. And I'm also going to give away a pack of the glow-in-the-dark bats and ghosts. So if you would like to win these, all you have to do is share my video, either share it to Facebook or to YouTube. Make sure you write shared in the comments so I know who shared it. And you can win these for next week. And thank you to everybody who shares. I really, truly appreciate it. I think it's awesome. All right, let's make some cards, right? Let me turn my camera around and let's get started. I feel like I'm talking really, really fast tonight, but I want to get everything in. So, okay. How does that look? Good. Okay. Oh, I forgot again to see if I'm coming up on Facebook. Now it's going to take me a second, so give me a minute. If you wait too long, it doesn't always pop up right away, but hold on, there it is. Make sure my volume's off. Okay, now I can see y'all's comments. Hello, you guys. Okay, tonight we're going to be working out of the mini catalog, September through December, and we're going to be using Pick of the Patch. This is all pumpkins, which is fun. Some little fall leaves, lots of things in the stamp set, and it comes with a punch if you get the bundle. Let me move this up a little so you guys can see the punch, and I'll show you the actual punch as we get started. Here are a couple of samples in the Stampin' Up catalog of cards that they've made. Here are the cards that we're going to make tonight. Move this a little bit more. Okay, so we're going to do this nice A Harvest of Blessings little fall card. This embossing folder is from last year, but it's still available in the online exclusives. It's one of my favorites. I just think it's so pretty. The new ribbon we're going to use, so we're going to make that one. Then we're going to add some little faces to our pumpkins and do a cute little Happy Halloween card. I think this one might be my favorite project. We're going to do use some sponge daubers. We're going to use blending brushes and make this fall You're the Pick of the Patch card. And then lastly, we're going to do these scallop boxes again because I think I'm in love with them. I was originally going to, just make a box. But then after doing these other cards, they took a while, and I was like, I need something fast and easy. And this is super fast and super easy. And if you want to give these out for Halloween, maybe in your office, to the school, these are super fast to make a whole bunch of them. Okay, so that's what we're going to do. Let me put our projects aside and get going. Here is the stamp set up close. Really nice fonts for these sentiments. I love these little dots that we're going to use. The little crow, the pumpkins. I didn't use the trees this week, but I'm going to use these little vines for the pumpkins. And look at all the different shapes and sizes of the pumpkins. That's so fun. Here is that embossing folder that I was telling you about. So we're going to use that to emboss on the first card. And here is the punch that I've talked about. Mine's already getting a little beat up. A little rough with that. So cuts out 2 of the pumpkin shapes, the stem, and 1 of the leaf shapes. So we'll be using that tonight too. All right, so let's get things out for our first card and get started. All right. So here's our pieces. This first card, we're gonna be using some Very Vanilla. So I have a piece just to do our stamping and punching on. We're starting with a Cajun Craze card base, and this is 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. We've got a couple layers we're going to put on next. I've got a pumpkin pie layer because we need some pumpkin pie to match our pumpkins, right? So this is 5 1/4 by 4. I've got this piece of Very Vanilla, and this is 5 by 3 3/4, and this is what I sent through the embossing machine. Now, if you get the kit this week, I'm going to emboss this for you, so it will come in your kit just like this, embossed. Everything that I show you when I pull out my pieces is how it comes in your kit for the make and takes. Okay, so then I just have these other 2 pieces. This is pumpkin pie again. This is 3/4 by 3.5 inches. We're just going to line these up for our sentiment, and this is Very Vanilla, and this is 1/2 inch by 3 1/4 inches. Okay. All right, let's stamp. I'm going to start. These are the colors that we're going to use this week on our projects. Pumpkin Pie, Mossy Meadow, Cajun Craze, and Crushed Curry. Let's start with the pumpkin pie. And we're going to do this big pumpkin image first. And this is one, I re-inked this. I don't know if I did a good job re-inking this last night. Kind of risky to re-ink the night before you live, right? Anyway, so this one punches out. So I'm going to put this kind of down in the corner right here. And that's just pumpkin pie, straight up. Okay. The next one I'm going to do is this one, which also punches. And I'm going to take that one and do it in Cajun Craze. And I'm going to put that one over here. Now, I'm not really good at lining things up to make the best use out of my punches, so bear with me. We'll see what happens. I'm going to do a different one because I don't really like that. Let's try that again. Your piece is big enough that you can play around with it as much as you like. Okay, so then I wanted a third color of pumpkin. So we're going to stamp off. Let me punch these out first so I can see what I have going. Because as you can see, it's going to punch out other pieces. So if I was organized, I would punch this first and then line up my stamps where I want them to go exactly. But I'm impatient and always in too much of a hurry to do an extra step. All right, one pumpkin. And because I moved this, I need to, whoa, I'm going to start cutting. I did a bad job on this because of the placement. The placement would have been better the first time, but that's okay. We can still do it. I'm just going to add a little bit of Post-it tape. You could use a Post-it note just to give myself a little bit of room here. And get this. Look, I've already got ink on my fingers. Cool. Get that lined up. All right. Pumpkin number 2. All right, now this is our pieces that we have left. So look at all these little pieces all over. Okay, so the next one, like I said, I wanted another color. Ooh. So I've got, let's see, I did this one again. So let me clean that off because I've got Cajun Craze on it. Do that in pumpkin pie, but I want to stamp it off, so I'm going to end up with a light orange image. So I'm stamping it off. Let's see where I'm going to put this. I want it to be, if I put it in, let's see, if I put it in this way, then I want the bottom to go here. Okay, so it's very light orange because we stamped it off. All right, so let's take that one and punch that one out also. And then we just have to do 2 leaves and 3 stems. And then we can start putting our card together. And plus, we also need to do our sentiment. Okay, 3 pumpkins. I'm going to do a little bit of cutting on this. I just kind of want a little bit of a strip that I can put in. And I'm going to get out my leaf punch. Let's close up this. We're done with that color. Mossy Meadow. Use what you have. You could use Garden Green. You could use Old Olive. I just like Mossy Meadow. It's one of my favorite greens, especially during the fall. All right. Don't you think these leaves are cute? I just love the look of these leaves. So 1, we need 2. I'm going to put one a little bit over here and we'll punch those out. And 1 more. The stems are super easy to punch out because they're right at the top of the punch, so they're easy to put in, as long as you put the stem in the right direction. So there's our leaves. Okay, now I still have a piece left, and I'm gonna get my stems going. So I'm just gonna do, you can do a whole bunch of these at once. We need 3, so let's just do 3. I've done some of the stuff in advance tonight too, so you don't have to watch me punch everything all night long. 1, 2, 1 more. So punches are nice, right? They're super easy. I feel like the punches sell out fast, so you always want to get your punch right away. But I like die cuts too. On the punch, there's only a few images. I like being able to use the die cuts. Probably, I don't know, what do you guys like? You like a punch or a die cut better? What's your preference with your stamp sets? Okay, last thing that we need to stamp is a Harvest of Blessings. We're going to do that in Cajun Craze. All right, somehow I managed to already get something. I must have some ink somewhere. Oh yeah, there it is. Okay. I think I need to take a deep breath and slow down a little because I'm kind of talking fast and going really fast tonight. Okay, then what I'm going to do is kind of cut off the ends. I am still full of ink. Hold on. I need to do a thorough hand cleaning here because clearly I'm getting ink everywhere. I'm going to cut off the ends and then put it through my, what is it called? It's a pick-a-punch, right? Hold on, let me find it. Here it is. So I'm just going to put it in here to, I want to make sure it's in the groove so it's straight. That looks fine. This one I don't want to go in too far. So the hard part for this one is going to be lining up the Cajun Craze. Now you can see how I got a little smudge on that. I'm just going to take my sand eraser and get that off of there. One more. Okay. All right. So the other way, if you don't have the pick-a-punch, is you can just cut up the middle and, you know, flag it with a pair of scissors. I've always had this pick-a-punch, so I don't really do it with the scissors because it's so fast and easy with the pick-a-punch. So let's put this on here, and I kind of want it maybe this close to the end. And we'll cut this end off. Now let's put this in also. And I'm always conservative. I start out this way because I can always take off a little more. That came out pretty good. So I'm lining it up in these grooves. You can see how it's got the different size grooves, the 1/2, 3/4, and I think this is 1 inch maybe. So it lays flat, so it'll keep it nice and straight for you. And again, I'm going to be conservative here, and that worked fine. All right. So in the kit, I'm just giving you the strips. Whoa, avalanche. So either use your scissors or if you have the pick-a-punch, use that, but I'm just including just the strips in the kit. All right, first layer. Let's put down with some seal. Okay, we're not going to put this down because we want to have some ribbon go around it first. So we have the 2 ribbons this year, right? This one from the annual catalog, which is the black and white gingham ribbon, pretty skinny. Now we have this thicker one, and this is very vanilla and black. And I think it's called check ribbon, or it's not gingham. It's called big check ribbon or something like that. But it's black and very vanilla. So I want to make sure I have enough to make a big bow. I love it on fall cards. Something about black and white or black and ivory gingham that just goes good with fall, right? Maybe because it's kind of country. Pumpkins are a little country. I don't know. But I just like the look of it. And I like that we have 2 options now, right? So if you're using very vanilla cardstock, you can use this ribbon. And if you're using white, then you can use the other. Okay, so I've got my bow. Let me trim it. And then I'm going to move it down because I don't want it way up there. Did I do that straight? So I'm just going to curve this a little and slide it down to about here. All right, that's where I want it. If you want, you can put a little glue dot to kind of hold it down if you feel like it's sticking up. And why don't we just go ahead and do that? I'm just going to pick one up, put it underneath to hold it. Perfect. Now we can go ahead and set this down on our card. This is a thin ribbon, so I'm not going to worry about putting it up on dimensionals. I'm just going to still stick it down with my Stampin' Seal. All right, now we've got a nice base of our card here. I think that looks pretty good. And let's just arrange our pumpkins. We're going to put this bigger one. I want to make sure I have enough room before I stick these down so they're in the right spot. And this one's going to kind of go on top. Okay, so let's put this one down with some seal. You could also just use glue if you wanted to use the glue. And I'm kind of putting that off at an angle. Then I'm going to get out some dimensionals. And we'll put the Cajun Craze one. And this one's going to get a little seal on the Cajun Craze side. And then I'll put one dimensional right here. Our little trio of pumpkins. Okay, now what I should have done is put these little stems on first with some glue, but we can still do that. Let me lift this up a little bit. I think what I'll do instead is use a little bit of glue dots. All right, so I'm doing it on, because I'm going to tuck these behind, so I'm doing it on the colored side. And then I can just tuck it underneath. Just like that. All right, let's do the same thing. So if you mess something up, there's always a way to fix it, right? One here. And one here. Whoops, get back on there. And one more. All right. Okay, now we're just going to use some glue and glue on our two leaves. So let me get my glue started. And put a little bit right here and a little bit on this one. Hold on, I've got a bit of a mess going and it's very early on. Okay. Put this one off like this and this one over here. Now all we need to do is attach our sentiment, and we'll do that with some dimensionals. So I'm just reading your comments for a minute. Wow, okay. All right. All right, I think that's it, you guys. That's the first one. Let me just take, I'm still working on that little spot that I have, that little smudge, to get it off. Make sure it's perfect before I would send it to somebody. All right, that is our first card for tonight. Pretty easy, right? All right, let me move a couple things around. I need to get a drink really quick. Oh, thank you, guys. Okay, next card. We are going to switch up and go to Halloween now. So we're going to use the same pumpkins and add some faces and do this super easy Halloween card. This is just basically layers, right? So in order to do that, we're going to use our deckled rectangle dies, and we'll use 3 different sizes, and they're concentric, which is perfect because you like a little bit of a border, right? We're going to use this embossing folder. This is the one that is also an online exclusive. It is a set of 3 embossing folders in the set, and this is one of them. It's kind of a cross hatch embossing. Then I stole the little oval die from right here. This is He's All That. I want to say He's the Man, but it's All That dies that we took the oval from, because it just seemed like the perfect size for the Happy Halloween for this card. And I had so much so many rectangles going on, I kind of wanted something different, and I thought oval was perfect. All right, you guys, here's our parts for this one. Nice and easy. Again, if you get the kit, I will have this die cut for you and also embossed already. So, easy layers, and we're going to white now. Instead of very vanilla. So we're starting with a black card base, basic black, 8.5, 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Our next layer is going to be from the Them Bones Designer Series paper, and this is the little piece of orange that says Boo Eek, really cute and Halloweeny. So that'll be a layer here. We're going to tie ribbon again, so I'm not going to put it down just yet. I've got this big piece for our stamping and punching. And then we have those 3 concentric layers from the rectangles, right? The deckled rectangles. So I've got basic black, pumpkin pie, and then basic white that I embossed also. So those are going to be our 3 layers. Now we need to do some stamping. Okay, so back to pumpkin pie. We're going to do all 3 of them in pumpkin pie. Make it super easy. Put a couple things away here. This box is just really getting in the way. Where should I put it where I won't forget where it is? Okay. So the big one again. And I think I want that one here for punching. Okay. So that big one. And then the medium one again. And then the third one isn't punchable, so we have to fussy cut it. So this is kind of the tall and skinny one. So it doesn't matter where we put that one. We're just going to cut it out. Okay. We also are going to need 3 stems and 2 leaves again. So we would do those in Mossy Meadow, just along the edges, wherever you want. And then let me get my little face out. Here's our cute little pumpkin face. We're going to do that in Memento. Let's see. Are you guys still there? Okay, because it looks like I'm frozen on my weird. Hold on. It looks like I'm frozen on my iPad, but it looks like we're okay on the phone. So I'm just going to keep going here. I think everything's okay. Okay, thanks, Renee, for confirming that. I don't know why I'm frozen on my iPad, but I can still see the comments come up, so that's good. All right, this one barely fits. He's got like an ear-to-ear smile, right? And then this one fits pretty good. And then we'll do one more here. Okay, and those are our faces. All right, and also we need a Happy Halloween on the oval. So here's our stamp for this. I'm still perplexed by what's going on with the iPad, so I'm a little distracted. I'm going to try not to look at it except for comments. All right, oval, Happy Halloween, and Memento. All right, so then you're going to take your punch. You're going to punch out the 2. You're going to die cut the other one, and you can punch out the Mossy Meadow pieces. So I've already done that ahead of time. So let's get out all our little pieces. So we've got our 3 pumpkins, 3 stems, 2 leaves, and we are good to go. Okay, let's start layering. We'll take the pumpkin pie. We'll do our embossed white layer next. Then we're going to arrange the pumpkins. All 3 of them, oh, I'm getting glue all over. All 3 of them are going to get popped up with dimensionals. What did I do with my dimensionals? Here they are. They're just stuck. I've got glue dots on everything. All right. Let me just flip these over and put some glue dots on those. No, I'm sorry, dimensionals, not glue dots. I like a nice traditional pumpkin for Halloween. I don't carve pumpkins anymore, but boy, we sure did when the kids were little. Do you guys carve pumpkins? Some people get really crazy with the carvings. We did that for a little while, where you get the patterns and you have all those fancy little tools to get the little carving, and we had a lot of fun over the years with carving pumpkins. At work, we have a pumpkin decorating contest, but it's a no carve, so you have to decorate your pumpkin without carving the pumpkin. So that's pretty fun. All right, and guess what I forgot to do again? So, glue dots it is. Silly, silly, silly. Nothing wrong with that. It's because I got distracted. I'm talking. I get excited about Halloween. I love Halloween. I want to say it's one of my favorites, but then I feel like every holiday is my favorite. I say that about every holiday. But I've always loved Halloween. Super fun. All right, last one for the stem. Then we're going to tie a little bit of ribbon and put this, can't seem to get rid of that one glue dot. All right, 2 more leaves. Don't have much room up on the top of this one because of the face. I don't want to cover up the face. Okay, get that glue out of the way. Let's put this on here, and I'm just going to add a little bit of seal right here. Put this in the center, but I want it just a little bit off to the right because I'm going to be putting that ribbon. Okay, just like this. Now, we're going back to the black and white gingham ribbon because we've got our white background here. So I'm going to tie it around here before I put it down on my card base. That looks a little short, so I need a little bit extra. Thank you all to everyone who's been ordering my card kits. I really appreciate it. It's been fun. I hope you guys are happy with the kits I've been sending out. All right. Pretty good. Trim it up. All right, let's put this down on the card base. All right, just like that. Where's our Happy Halloween? Let's put that up. I'm gonna put a little bit of seal across the bottom, and then these towards the top. Okay, sorry, got lost reading the comments again. I love reading your comments, you guys. Thank you for commenting. Looks like you guys love Halloween too. All right, let's add just a little bit of dots. I've got the classic matte dots, and as you can see, I use the black ones a lot. It also comes with the white, the vanilla, and this is like, is it a basic gray? Hold on, let me see what color that is. Basic gray. All right, All right, just some black dots. All right, and that one is done too. Does anybody send Halloween cards? I think it's a fun thing to send to somebody, especially if you're not going to be with them for Halloween. I just think it's super fun. Of course, you'd want to put some basic white maybe on the inside and finish off your inside so you can write something in the card. But there is card number 2. I think this one needs a glue dot. Let's just add it so our bow isn't flapping around. Okay, that's better. All right, now let's do the next card. Hold on, I'm sitting on my legs. I gotta straighten myself out for a second. Okay. All right, still frozen on the iPad. Don't know what happened, but still good, looking fine up here on the phone. All right, you're the pick of the patch. I think this one's my favorite one. This one just screams fall to me, and I love the colors, but we're using the same color palette. So let's get started on this one. So for this one, we're going to add 2 more products. We're going to do the Countryside Corners dies, and of course, I will die cut these for you. You will need the Abundant Beauty decorative mask, and I think these are unavailable right now, but coming back super soon, like next Monday or something like that. Anyway, this is the fall leaf one. You can see I've already used it. It's kind of stained from using it. So we're going to use this one. It's got a lot of other fun ones in here, kind of this herringbone, which I think was like the bat pattern. Maybe these snowflakes. Oh my goodness, can't wait to use those. And then it's got like this 3 or 4 piece sunflower set, which I have not played with. I have not played with anything except for this one just this week. So what we're gonna do is get out our card pieces first. We've got a Mossy Meadow card base. This is going to be for our stamping of our pumpkins. This is the usual size card base, 8.5, 5.5, square to 4 1/4. We have a piece of 5 1/4 by 4 Cajun Craze. That's going to be a layer for us. This is the one we're going to use the stencil on, and this is, I think it's 5 by 3 3/4. Okay, so we're going to color on that one. We've got our other layers from those Countryside Corners dies. This is basic white. This is going to be our background for our pumpkins. Another strip of Cajun Craze, and this is 1 inch by 5 1/4. And then our last piece here is the smallest die, not the smallest, but second smallest die cut from the same set. Okay, so let me get out my sheet again. I'm going to put just a tiny bit of seal on the back of this so I can keep it in place, right like this. Okay, then I'm going to kind of figure out where I want to put this. And I think that looks good just like that. Yep. So I'm going to use some Post-it tape to hold it in place. Other people use other things. I have not bought pixie spray yet. I haven't tried it. I don't know if I want my stuff sticky. So that's kind of why I haven't tried it. And I think using the Post-it tape kind of holds it in place pretty well. So I'm just going to do it that way. That's just the way I prefer to do it. Okay, so we need some blending brushes. So let me pull them over, and we're going to use Mossy Meadow, we're going to use Cajun Craze, and we're going to use Pumpkin Pie. So I've got 3 blending brushes for that. All right, so I want to say I started with let's start with the Mossy Meadow. So these, I might dab a little off first, but with these, I don't care if some of it gets really dark, right? So I'm just doing spots, all right? Nothing, just some spots going around with some dark and some light. That's all. And that's all I'm going to do is just fill in these spots. Right now, as you can see, the green, I'm kind of heading towards these ferny type leaves to do it. You can put it anywhere you want. That's it. All right. Let's do our pumpkin pie next. And it doesn't matter, again, where you go. Just kind of finding some spots. I may have to go back and do like a second round. And if you overlap, that's okay, because we can have, I kind of like the look of some of the, when they're like bicolored, right? Okay, let's get out the last color and see how we're doing. You could probably also sponge dauber these. We're going to use the sponge daubers for our pumpkins. And now I'm just kind of hitting up the spots that are still left uncolored. All right. I'm looking to see, did I kind of get everything that's on the paper? I think so. All right, gonna stop. Let's pull it up and see what it looks like. Doing a quick hand check. And I will have to take that to the sink later. And we'll pull this up off here. There we go. Pretty, right? I like that combination of colors. That just looks very fall to me. All right, let me move this aside and try not to ink myself. All right, so we have a pretty layer. All right, let's do our stamping. Now this is fun too, because we are going to use the sponge daubers for the stamping. Put this other punch away and get it out of here. So I've got 3 of them, and I keep mine labeled. So I've got a pumpkin pie, a mossy meadow, and a Cajun craze. So we're going to have those right here. Okay, so let us start. The first one we're going to do, let me open up a couple of these, because we're going to be using 2 at once, 2 colors at once for all of them. Okay, so the first one that we're going to do is the big pumpkin. This one right here. We're going to do this one in pumpkin pie. Oh, no, we don't want to do that. My bad. Sorry. I lost my mind and forgot what I was doing. Okay, so ink it up in pumpkin pie, then take your Cajun craze sponge dauber, ink that up. And I'm just kind of inking around the edges just to add a little bit like that. Okay, then I'm going to stamp it down. And then I've got that pretty multicolor. Then I'm going to take those little dots, and I'm going to also do that in Cajun craze. And I'm going to add some of these dots to the pumpkin. Okay, so that one's done. We would take our punch and punch that one out. Okay, all right, let's do the next one. And so the next one, let's see, I think as long as I've got this one out, let's do the Cajun craze. So I'm doing the very littlest pumpkin in Cajun craze. And I'm gonna, so this one, you guys can see, I kind of did solid for that one and just added some dots. I think for this one now, I'm gonna stamp it off. So let's stamp it off first. Then I'm gonna add a little bit more Cajun craze, darker. Oh, that's not Cajun craze. If I cannot mess this up, just around the edges of the stamped off Cajun craze. Now we've got this one right there. Okay, so we've got a little variation of color again, and some more of the Cajun craze dots. Okay, I think that's good. All right, I think we're done with the Cajun craze for now. Okay, so the next one, let's get out our crushed curry, and we're gonna take the tall one again. We're gonna do crushed curry and pumpkin pie, and do the same thing to that one. And this one also will have to be fussy cut. Okay, and then we're gonna take our dots and do those in pumpkin pie. So let me clean off my stamp, because because I've already, as you know, gotten some Cajun curries in my pumpkin pie now. And we'll just add some dots like right here. Okay, so that's 3 of our pumpkins, right? I'm gonna flip this around. The only one that punches is this one this time, okay? The other ones all have to be fussy cut out. Okay, let's do the gourd. Actually, let's finish up the pumpkin pie, then we can put it away. So we're gonna do this kind of smaller one, and we're gonna do this whole thing in pumpkin pie, just like we did the other one. So we're gonna stamp off, get the pumpkin. I don't like the way that came out. Hold on. All right, try that again. We're gonna stamp off. Then we're gonna take the pumpkin pie and do it darker around the edges. It looks like I have a little fuzzy piece on my pumpkin. All right, so this one like this. I'm not super thrilled with the way that came out. Should we do it again? Why not, right? We've got plenty of paper left. Stamp off. Maybe not so much dark this time. That one's okay. I like that one better. And then we would take the pumpkin pie dots again for this one. We'll add a couple in this one. Okay, so that one's complete also. The last thing we have is the gourd. Let's find a place for our gourd. So this one, man, I made a mess of my orange pad. Did you see that? And a mess of my hands. So look at my hands, they're orange. Okay, so our gourd, let me get that out. We're gonna start with crushed curry and do the same thing by adding the mossy meadow. And because I want it mostly green, I'm gonna add a little bit more green on that. All right, and we'll put that one right there. And there's our gourd. I think that looks good. Okay, so now the other thing we would have to do is do some more leaves and some more stems. This time I need 4 stems and 2 leaves, okay? And then in the background, as you can see, we added a couple of the curlicues, so we're gonna do that as well. All right, so I have already fussy cut and punched my pumpkins, so let me get those out so you don't have to watch me do that. So we've got this one, this one, this one, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, the gourd, and 2 leaves. Okay, so we only have a couple more things to stamp. All right. Oh, sorry, reading again. Cool, thanks you guys for those comments. I love reading your comments. Okay, so we're gonna get out this white piece, and this is where our pumpkins are gonna go. And we're gonna do the curlicues. So there's 2 different ones. We're gonna start by doing this one, and I think just kind of right about here, and we're gonna put our pumpkin mostly in front of it. And then the other one kind of coming off like right about here. All right, so we've got that. Last thing is we need our sentiment, and we're doing You're the Pick of the Patch. We're gonna do that in Memento. You can see how this took a while, right? That's why by the last project, I was like, we gotta do an easy box this week. Make it super easy. All right, You're the Pick of the Patch. Okay, let's put it together. Let's get all these pieces out now. So we want to do this last, so I'm going to set this aside for last, okay? Everything else we can just start layering up on here. And then we'll add some ribbon in a second. Don't hide under there. That would not be good. I wouldn't be able to find you. All right, so let's add this pretty layer. Right like that. Next, we're going to add the other piece of Cajun Craze going across, and it goes edge to edge. We're going to use that same gingham ribbon, the small black and white gingham ribbon. So this is just going to go right across the middle like this. Let's add our ribbon next. All right, if you don't like a bow, you could just tie a knot too. I think a knot would look really cute. But the bow does take up more space, so maybe we needed that. Some of my ribbon got a little, I don't know, on the spool it's a little bit curled. I don't know why. But it's a little harder to work with when it's curled. I need one of those little ribbon irons. I think I used to have a handheld one that was, it's almost like a little flat iron for your hair, but it's for ribbon. I wonder whatever happened to that. I used to have one of those that you could just iron your ribbon really quickly. I discovered yesterday that this bigger pair of scissors is super sharp too. Well, maybe I'm lying, because yesterday it cut ribbon really great. Okay. All right. Bow complete. All right. Now let's put our pumpkins together. I'm going to set that aside for a minute. And we're going to just start layering the pumpkins on. Three of them I'm going to go ahead and put on with a little bit of seal. And then we'll pop the two in front up. So this one's going to kind of go towards the middle-ish, right like that. These really could have come up a little higher so they're more off the stem, but I'm okay with it like this. All right, I'm going to tuck this one a little bit behind here, right like that. Then we're going to get our little one, and guess what I forgot to do again? Okay, this time I'm going to remember to do the rest. All right, let's just get some glue and put those stems on. More glue, hold on. All right, we'll only have to do one with the glue dot this time. Oh, I got 5, I only need 4. Okay. So this time, I mean, you can either put your stems with the fat side up or the skinny side up. It's up to you. I prefer the fat side up, so that's what I'm gonna do. I just like to look better. I think with pumpkins, they usually go fat to skinny, but I like them this way. So I'm gonna do them that way. All right, glue dot for the one I already messed up. Okay, let's take this one with some seal, the tall one. Come on. And put this one right about here. Okay, dimensionals. My nails are a mess. My appointment's tomorrow. What I really need to do is start going on Mondays. So my nails look good for Tuesday, but I can never go on Mondays because I either have meetings or stuff going on. So yeah, that kind of doesn't work for me. So I just have ugly nails on Tuesdays, which is not cool. All right, 2 leaves. One here, one here. we didn't even get to see the curly Q on that one. I should have went higher. That's okay. All right. This is ready to go on. How did I get glue way over here? This is ready to go on, and we're going to pop this up. So now that we have our ribbon, we can go ahead and add some seal to the back of this for layer number 1. I'm going to put a lot of seal. Uh-oh. Out. Dimensionals for this part right here. If you guys would like the make and takes this week, just place an order of $35 or more at my online store. Here's the host code this week. It's 9S4NFAXA. For orders under $150, if you place an order of $150 or more, you want to get the Stampin' Rewards, okay? So under $150, use the host code, and I will send you this week's card kit for free. If you don't want to place an order, you can also get it for $20, and I will invoice you through Square, which has been awesome. I love Square. It's kind of like PayPal, but I like Square. It works well, and it's very secure, and I think I've just loved working with Square. They're great. Okay. You're the pick of the patch. Let's put that right down here. All right. Now, if you wanted to add some embellishments, you could. I have maybe a little bit more white up here than I wanted to. The other thing we could have done is before we attached this, we could have sprinkled with either some colored, spritz or some Wink of Stella to kind of add just a little bit to that. But there's a lot going on with this card, so I kind of think it's fine just the way it is too. All right. That's card number 3. Let's do our easy box next. So I was looking for a treat, and I was going to do totally something different, but then I saw someone else do it, and I was like, no, I've got to do something different. So I switched up my treats last minute, and I'm just using the scalloped box like we did before to make a super easy trick. And what I'm putting in it this week is these Little Debbie brownie pumpkins. I thought, well, we've got to use a pumpkin because that's kind of what we're using as pumpkins, right? So it fits in here really nicely, and I've kind of adhered it just to this little part that pops up. So I think it looks nice in the box and just closes up like that. Super easy, right? So I thought that was a good thing. All right, so let's start with one of these boxes. Let me open up a new pack of these boxes. These boxes are super handy. They're super sturdy. I love them. They're easy to put together. You don't even need to tape or glue anything. It's great. Okay, so those are our 2 pieces. All right, so let's just start with the box and just fold everything. Let me see. Hold on a second. You guys are still there. Okay, good. I'm looking because now I can't see the comments. Okay, there they are. All right. Thank you, guys. No, it's not. I think the fee, Lisa, is about the same on PayPal and Square. I think they're about the same. I just, I had an issue with PayPal like, I don't know, 10 years ago. And, so this, actually the Square fees might be just a little bit less. Come to think of it, they might be just a little bit less. It's been a while since I compared them. I just went with Square and I've been with them ever since, and it's been working out great. Okay, one more fold. Okay, so this box, super easy. Just fold in the sides. Tuck it in, the flap just tucks in. Same thing on this side. Tuck it in and tuck in this last one, and ta-da, you've got a box. Super easy. Okay, I'm going to use this for the inside. Now, you could put a gift card in here. Maybe you don't want to give a pumpkin brownie. Maybe you'd rather give a gift card, and a gift card will fit in here nicely. I was looking to see if I have a gift card over there, and just sit in the box. That would also be a nice gift. That would be a nice teacher gift, right? Okay, so our box is ready. The rest is going to be easy. We're using the Stylish Shapes dies to cut out a couple of circles and also the banner. So here are our little pieces for this along with the box. So we have basic black 4.5 by 2 3/4. We are using the Zoo Crew DSP, the nice black and white pattern again. That is 3 3/4 by 2.5 for the next layer. This is for, what is this for? Oh, this is for stamping. This is for the crow. We're gonna stamp the crow and fussy cut. We've got our circles that we're just gonna layer. We're going to stamp our pumpkin on here, our little jack-o'-lantern. So let me put that aside. And then our sentiment is gonna go on here. So these are the 3 things we're gonna stamp on. Let's start with our pumpkin. Same pumpkin that we've been using, the big one. This one right here. So right in the, I'm gonna kind of put it towards the bottom because I want a little bit of room for the stem. All right. So what I'm going to do with the stem is just make sure it's clean first of all. And I'm only going to ink up part of it because I just want part of it to be on the top of the pumpkin. You can see it's about halfway. And I'm going to try and line it up just so it's like right about there. So there's our stem. And then let's get out our memento for the next parts. So pumpkin face. It would have been cute if they gave us more than one pumpkin face. I'm not complaining because this is a really cute one for the pumpkin face. Really, really cute. I mean, it's perfect, really. But sometimes you have different faces on your jack-o'-lantern, so that would have been super fun too. All right, let us do our crow. Very Halloween-y, right? There's our little crow. Let's get him stamped up in memento. Perfect. And lastly, we need our Happy Halloween again on our banner. You could see how easy it would be to do a whole bunch of these, right? Okay. So I think we're about ready to put together. I just took, you can take your Stampin' Right marker. I've got pumpkin pie. You can take a blend. And we're just going to color in the little beak a little bit for this crow. Okay, just to finish it off. Just use whatever you have. Fussy cut this little guy out. Did I do that? Nope, I sure didn't. All right, guess what we're doing? Gonna fussy cut this little guy out. I usually prep for my lives the night before and try and get some of the stuff pre-done just to make it go a little bit quicker. Let's see how we're doing on time. A little bit long, but I knew that one card was going to take a little bit longer tonight. So just fussy cutting our little crow. I mean, as far as crows go, this is a really cute one. Crows are not really the cutest birds, right? Okay, crow. Done. All right, let's put it together. Super easy. I'm glad we got double duty out of the Zoo Crew paper, right? Just like that. We're going to take this one and just put it down on the black circle. And then we'll pop the black circle up. Even when I put stuff away, I can't find it. That's funny. All right, so our little pumpkin will go here. We'll pop up this also. Happy Halloween. I'm going to wait till I put my ribbon on to put this guy in. So let's do that first. Let's close up the box with our ribbon. Add a brownie. Put this on top. Then we're going to use some ribbon. Now the ribbon I picked for this is, I'm running kind of low on this. I ordered more. I hope it gets here before I have to send out kits. Otherwise I may have to substitute a ribbon. But the other one, which is on back order, which I could substitute, is really gorgeous. This is the other white and silver one, which would also look really beautiful on here. So we'll see how I do with ribbon this week. All right, so iridescent ribbon. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. This is going to be perfect with the snowflake stuff this year, right? So many Christmas things. I can't wait to get started on Christmas already because there's so many good things to order and make cards with. I'm looking forward to making Christmas cards this year. Okay, so we're just basically tying our box shut with this beautiful ribbon. Too big. Is it getting darker for everybody earlier? I think the sun here is going down about 7:30 now. I think because we're a little bit more south is why our sun stays up a little longer. So in the, you know, the shortest day of the year, unlike when I was in Chicago and it'd be like 4 o'clock and it'd be dark, it's a little bit later here, so that's nice. Okay, I'm going to put this a little bit over the ribbon here, which is fine because when they untie the ribbon to get out the tree, the ribbon will stay on the box then, right? Well, yeah, because this will unwind and they can still open the box. Okay, I'm just going to take a little bit of glue and glue the crow on. Right, like here-ish. Up here. Let's go up here. Okay, let's get some of those really cute bats out. And hold on a second because I didn't pull those out last night. So let me go in my stash and find my bats. Here we go. Glow in the dark bats, perfect embellishment. Still on the iPad. Frozen. Weird. All right, so let's put some of these really cute bats on. This is the first time I'm using the bats. I wanted to do, have you guys made cards with the Them Bones bundle? I haven't done that yet. So I'm kind of waiting to see, is anything going to go on back order? Because I don't like to show stuff if it's on back order. So I think the paper is coming back this week. So we'll see. We'll see what happens for next week. Okay, that's it. Our easy, super easy Halloween box. All right, so let's bring back our projects for a final look. And then I have just a couple things else to show you guys if you don't mind for a minute. So our Harvest of Blessings card, some little Halloween cards, super fun, our boxes, and then our pick of the patch card. Fun projects, right? Okay, you guys, so another new thing that happened today, online exclusives, another set came out, so that's super excited. I can't wait to, there's lots of fun things. If you are a demonstrator, you can order this now. So I'm probably going to place an order later tonight and get this stuff. For customers, November 7th. If you join Stampin' Up right now and become a demonstrator, you can get it now with your starter kit. So really cute, Meandering Meadow. I think this is my favorite because look at the wheelbarrow. This is gardening stuff, which I just love. That's just right up my alley. This designer series paper, which is going to be super fun. This reminds me of, what was that paper we had not too long ago with the beautiful, almost watercolor backgrounds that were, it was so pretty. I was in love with it when we had it. I can't remember the name of it though. But anyway, we have this. And these cute little fluffiest friends bundle. Oh my goodness. And some adhesive back dragonflies and birds. And then another ribbon, which is really pretty. So these are just some of the things. I mean, these are the things that we can order as demonstrators. On the 7th, there's going to be more products coming out in addition to these two that you can order for online exclusive. This came out today too. Okay, I went nuts when I saw this morning, you guys. Rustic Christmas Countdown Kit. It's from the Kits collection. This is making an advent calendar. Okay, so you're making 25 little envelopes with all decorated, all these little clothespins. So you could put them on a Christmas tree. You could put them on a little clothesline. Look at, they have it on the Christmas tree here. And put little candy in them, whatever you want, and make advent calendars. I ordered this morning a bunch of these kits. They're only $19. The number is 163114. I just fell in love with this immediately. I can't wait to play with it. I think it's going to be super fun. This is right up my alley. I want to make some advent calendars for people, so I'm going to do that. If you want the project and measurement sheet, the measurement and supply sheet, email me, or this will be in tomorrow morning's email that I send out. So if you're on my email list, this will come to you tomorrow with all the measurements from the projects for today. Don't forget about this really cute paper pumpkin. This is until October 10th. Home for the holidays. Another really, really fun kit this is going to be for Christmas. World Card Making Day is coming up this weekend on the 7th. If you haven't signed up for it, it's free to customers and demonstrators. These are the kits that are going to be used. So that's going to be fun. That's this Saturday, the 7th. Okay. And lastly, if you place an order of $35 or more with me, you will get the Sweet Stampin' Friends October tutorial, and I will put this in the email for you. This is my card. These are all fall cards for this tutorial. This is the card that I made for the tutorial, and just really beautiful projects in here. Super fun. Look at this. If you need a scrapbook page, gorgeous. Really pretty card. So this is a nice thing to get with all the instructions for all the cards to make. So you'll get that free with a $35 order too. All right, you guys, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I love spending time with you guys on Tuesdays. It's super nice of you guys to tune in. Thank you everyone who's also watching the replay. I appreciate it a lot. And you guys have a great week. I'll talk to you next Tuesday. Bye-bye.